What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. It seems that UFO whistleblower Dylan Borland, who testified recently at the early September House UFO hearing, and recently went on Weaponized, and Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp released this part one sort of interview with Dylan after the hearing, and I made a video about that. I'll put a link in the description. Well, they released part two, so that's what we're going to go over today, and one part in particular. I'll put a link in the description to the full interview, but the one part in today's video that we're going to discuss is drawings that he made that got put into a SAP program that proved that we're not alone. Let's dive into this a little bit here. But before we do that, let's just refresh our memory very quickly on exactly who Dylan Borland is. Dylan Borland is a former U.S. Air Force geospatial intelligence specialist who became a federal whistleblower concerning unidentified anomalous phenomena. His core claim centers on an encounter in 2012 at Langley Air Force Base, Virginia. Borland reported witnessing an approximately 100-foot equilateral triangle craft taking off near a NASA hangar and flying within 100 feet of him. He described the silent object as being composed of a fluid or dynamic material, stating that the technology was not consistent with U.S. or foreign capabilities. Borland has testified that because of his direct knowledge regarding these legacy UAP programs, he has faced over a decade of sustained reprisals from government agencies. These alleged retaliatory actions, which included career obstruction, medical malpractice, and workplace harassment, were central to his powerful testimony before a House Oversight Committee on UAPs, where he urged Congress to act on the truth and protect future witnesses. What's also interesting in this episode is that Dylan mentioned that he had his brake lines cut in an accident that he had, right? And that somebody was trying to take him out.
And on the way home, I totaled my car, and there was a police investigation, and the police had told me in confidence that my brake lines were cut. They wanted it to look like a suicide.
What's also interesting is during his testimony in September, he said that he wasn't in fear of his life.
Are you scared for your safety?
That's a complicated question. So being here today, if I say the wrong word, technically I can be charged with espionage. Espionage is a death penalty. Whistleblowers have faced it. John Kiriakou, for example. I am not scared for my physical safety in the sense of an agency or company coming to kill me.
And the Weaponized interview was filmed before he testified.
And we didn't exactly know it ever come to this point. I mean, right now, you're in the running to be one of the witnesses at an upcoming congressional hearing.
So I don't know. That's a little confusing. And the whole story about his brake lines being cut is horrific, right? If that's true, that's horrific. But what's interesting is he said the cops told him, kind of told him, but then it's nowhere in the report.
And then the lead investigative officer in that case physically comes to your home and warns you that somebody tried to kill you. Your brake lines were cut.
He verbatim said the only reason I'm not charging you with a crime is because your brake lines were cut.
Does it say in any police report your brake lines were cut?
I have been searching for it, no. The police report verbatim saying that my brake lines were cut, I am still trying to get proof of.
Exactly. That's a clear cut thing, right? It's like,
I mean, nowhere in the report. If they were they would open up an attempted murder investigation if they thought someone's brake lines were cut, right? Like, so I don't understand that at all. There's something missing there or something. Cops don't just say that kind of stuff under their breath and then not follow through on it. I mean, do they? I don't know. I'm just confused by that whole thing. So look, let's get to this clip of Dylan talking about these drawings that he said he made that then got put into a SAP program, and then he knew we weren't alone. Something like that. Take a look.
I just want to say, to our viewers, because it's a very difficult interview, because we want to be able to tell it like it is, and just put it all on the table. But you are highly restricted on certain elements of your knowledge of the legacy UAP stuff, because when you went in to do the right thing and you went to Arrow and you went to the ICIG, they immediately classified and put into a SAP a lot of that UAP, non-human intelligence information. So our audience only gets to hear you say, I saw something. These are the reprisals against me because I fell into other information, but that information I can't talk about. That's a difficult thing for the audience to have to get.
Yeah, I 100% understand and agree, and maybe I can help them make it a little bit easier. I provided 3 rudimentary drawings, one of which was unclassified and the other 2 were immediately thrown into a SAP. And the 2 that were thrown into a SAP prove we are not alone.
Can you replicate what you saw, at least, of the triangle? Can you replicate for us today and just kind of draw that up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think that's good. So we're doing our best to report based upon, the testimony you brought to us, what you've done with Congress, what you've done with Arrow, what you've done with the ICIG. Thank you for doing that. For bringing yourself forward. I hope that your testimony, even though it is limited right now, I hope that it does encourage other people. I really hope I see you up there in Congress, with authorization to tell it like it is. And that's the thing. I don't know if we're going to get that for you. But, thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming forward. And I hope people do support you and other people. I hope that your testimony encourages other people to come forward. If this is, as you're saying, it's really fucking important.
It's the most important thing, I think, of our lifetime, and probably the most important thing going forward, because a lot of humanity's issues would be solved, but that is also the problem, is humanity is humanity.
So again, this is so kind of interesting, right? He sees this triangle craft, sort of makes these drawings, right? Like, I don't know, were they like blueprints or something? I mean, not really sure what, and to be honest, the drawing that he had, it kind of looks like, let's be real, looks like some cheese, right? That's kind of the first thought that I had. This looks like Swiss cheese, but regardless, how is that possible that a rudimentary drawing someone makes can be put into a program? You know what I mean? Like, that's how we get disclosure in the world, is someone drew a drawing and it got accepted into a program, and then boom, we knew we weren't alone. I just don't understand. Why wouldn't they just crumple up the drawing? Like, why is that drawing so important? And is the drawing he's drawing, is that one of the ones? Because he said he drew 3 and 2 of them got put in. So what were the other 2 that he drew, right? Like, what's so different than the Swiss cheese one? Is that, because I can't imagine they're going to show the one, and there's got to be a part 3, right? Because they threw this teaser out, right? Like, of him sort of drawing it, right? That's going to be for part 3. So clearly he's going to show it. And is that the one that didn't make it in the SAT program, right? And what's so different about the other 2? Did they ask him to draw it different ways? You know what I mean? Draw it this way, draw it that way, you know what I mean? I don't know. Very curious. So anyway, full link in the description to go check out the full episode. Let me know what you guys think down below of the Dylan Borland episode and this testimony and all this. And I guess there will be a part 3 where we'll get to see a little more detail about this drawing. All right, betters, we'll see you in the next one. Remember, every day is a gift, y'all. Peace.
Hey man, my name is Mike. I live just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and back in December 2019, I was working night shift. I saw 9 reddish-orange orbs flying in kind of a staggered line through the sky. I watched as they went one by one to this same location in the sky and disappeared. I was able to record the entire thing on my phone. I have the video. I've posted it online, and I've sent it to a few other people.